All right, so today's episode is a gift from the gods, Element Fine Artists from 1994. I think it's actually called Element Fine Artists Volume 1. There weren't any other volumes after this, to my knowledge, but I kind of wish there were. Element, when it started out as Underworld Element, amazing hip-hop inspired brand. Andy Howell was running it. He later moved on to other career ventures, and they kept Element. They just dropped the Underworld from it, revamped the team. It still followed almost in the same path, kind of. It was in, they had some of the same riders on it. Definitely the music influence and everything like that changed. Definitely didn't have the same feel, but it wasn't a bad brand at all. It was really cool. And definitely not like a present day Element, which is possibly one of the worst brands out. But this was, at the time, pretty original brand, had a feel, and was enjoyable. It also brought us, putting them in a bigger spotlight, was Pepe Martinez and Andy Stone, among some other guys in here too. But, the emergence of those two was just great, that they had a platform and, a place where they could be portrayed as like top skaters and put their footage out, ads, whatnot, boards. Definitely started putting Element on the map. So we'll get into this. All right, so the video starts off, it's like your standard intro. Looks like somebody got their hands on a Faces of Death video, and they intertwined clips from that of all these people like mutilating their bodies or doing some kind of weird, quote-unquote, freakish, movements or something. Kind of weird to watch, but I don't know, maybe somebody thought it was an attention getter. Goes to a trick of, in between tricks of each guy who's on the team in the intro. And then it goes into the first part, which is Bill Pepper. Never heard of Bill Pepper before this. They started off, I guess the whole point was like, this is the dude who like goes the biggest, so it's kind of like an attention getter, and they put him in the front. But the first thing I noticed was that he was skating to a song that I know I've heard before in a skate video before this. And it was Mike Maldonado's part in H Street Lick from 1993. Now, I don't know if they never saw the video, which I don't know how you wouldn't have seen an H Street video at the time. Didn't care, because it's like, who the hell's Mike Maldonado, who actually was way fucking cooler to watch than Bill Pepper. In this, I wasn't a fan. It was just like this hammer dude doing stuff. He was super good, but just didn't do it for me. He wore these annoying, very form-fitting 3/4 length sleeved baseball shirts. I couldn't do it. Couldn't watch it. But you kind of, he's doing some stuff, and it's not like he's bad or the tricks looked bad. So you can kind of start to make it through the part. And this dude, like, weathered the storm at Element forever. And I don't know if it was because he really couldn't get on anything else, and they just kept him on, or it was like he was part of the team, and then, it's like, it was weird. It was even weird eventually later on, too. He was on Action or something, which made zero sense to me, but I guess that's them trying to broaden the horizons and put people on from other brands. But it never really made sense. But who the hell knows? All right. So next up is Doug Sands. Not much to report about here. Pretty forgettable part. I will say that when I was younger, and I remember the first time watching this, I thought he was wearing a wig in part of it because his hairstyle changed. I guess one, he just had longer hair, but it looked like he had a wig on. Then it goes into Eric Wadi, rest in peace. Super promising dude on this team. He was really sick to skate. I remember seeing him at the Banks once, and he was super impressive. Really cool. He has his heel flip over this like skinny ledge over a stair gap. Just everything looked really cool skating, so it would have been cool to see what he would have done. Then it goes into Andy Stone. Easily one of the two best parts in this video. Kind of crazy they, put it where they put it. But nonetheless, great part. He does all these cool lines around Pulaski. Dude's a legend. Rode for 101, which was like the best brand ever. Rode for Element. Then later on Capital, another great East Coast brand. Super sick. He has this one dope line. He has this polo sweatshirt on. I always thought that was really cool. Also cool in this part is somebody's filming him really bad, and they put this, filmed by a blind guy on a pogo stick up on the screen. And I thought that was pretty funny. Like, they even realized, like, wow, this is horrible looking. But yeah, we're aware of it, so we're going to make a notation of it. But I think that's staying even, like, I guess my age group, it kind of stuck. And you would kind of say that if something was filmed bad. So pretty cool that all started there. All right, next up's Danny Minnick. We're going to use the vert button here, even though he does skate street. Dude also later on made like independent videos. Hopefully nobody requests those, because I really have zero desire to watch them. From what I remember, they were pretty bad. Even though magically somehow he managed to film the occasional clip of Guy Mariano or Henry Sanchez, which was totally weird. But yeah, I don't want to watch those. After that, it goes into Bear Hughes. So I guess they couldn't get Kenny Hughes at the time. So they got this other dude named Bear Hughes. Normal. Wasn't good, wasn't bad. Didn't last too long. But yeah, so I guess, or maybe he transformed into Kenny Hughes later on somehow. Maybe some kind of experimental drugs or something. Sure, we'll go with that. That's what happened. So later on, he turned into Kenny Hughes. It was like 50 billion times better. All right, so the video really starts to pick up here. We're getting into Eric Pupecki. I'm going to say that's my all-time favorite skater. Wasn't in this, though. I remember when this came out, me and my friend Chris, and we're watching, and we're like, who the hell's this Eric Pumpernickel guy? But going back, watching it now, it's a pretty good part for the time. His style only got better over the years. 20 shot, when he was on Menace. And I remember the first Menace ad, and it has 4 dudes, It's Billy Valdez and Fabian Alomar, Joey Surreal, and Eric Pupecki. But I didn't know who the hell Eric Pupecki was, and I remember thinking, like, what is that, Pat Duffy on Menace? I was like, that makes no sense. And it was Eric Pupecki, which was way better than Pat Duffy. Then it goes into Mike DeJuice, rest in peace, another dude who passed away. And after him, then it goes into Little Stevie Williams. It's like the first time seeing him pretty much. I believe we probably saw him in a Eastern Exposure video or something first. But it was like, holy shit, like this kid's like our age. He's sick. Everything looks cool. Just this little kid with these huge clothes on, like just skating these cool spots in Philly. It was awesome to see, and he was like a top favorite of mine from that. And up until, I want to say, Jesus Christ, up until, DGK I kind of stopped caring after that. It seemed like he was skating less and more of a businessman. More power to him. Everybody should be able to, make their money. Happy he did. But from before then, though, like Chocolate Tour down, like he was untouchable. All right, so this video ends with Pepe Martinez. Another one, unfortunately, late great Pepe Martinez. One of the best styles ever on a skateboard. Super technically advanced for the time, a lot of switch. Everything actually looked cool. That's like, he had so much style, it was unbelievable. Definitely deserving of last part. Pretty cool, too, how he's the main dude in this video, and in the last video, he was kind of just like mixed in there, so he really came into his own. It sucks, man. He was sick. There's a cool tribute to him in one of the Pit Crew videos. Man, just, go look this dude up. I don't even have anything to say other than about how amazing he was at skating and how cool he was to watch. So Pepe ends the video, and again, just make sure you watch this. Go, even if you want to just look it up single. But yeah, he ends it. It goes into a credits section, and then I believe there is a Jeff Pang and Harold Hunter section. Like their footage got lost or something, and they didn't really have enough for parts, so I think they had to give the footage later, but the video was already done. Something like that happened, but kind of cool to have those two in there at the end after the credits. With me being from New York, Long Island, I'm not from the city, But it was cool to see those dudes who I've seen, on my weekend warrior trips into the city, go to the bank. So it was really cool to see those dudes and then see them in the video. Like, oh yeah, those are the guys we see. So this video, I mean, you don't want to give it a top 10 or anything but if you're going like top 20 videos or something, like this definitely is on there. Great video, take a look. It's long, but it doesn't play like a long video. And if you want, just skip over Bill Pepper's part. All right. Let me know what you think. Like, listen, subscribe. Let me know any videos you want to do, or let me know if there's anything you totally disagree with that I said. Leave them in the comments below. Thanks.